Hi there, welcome to my views and news. Breaking news for you. NEBE National Election Board of Ethiopia has announced the decision, a much awaited decision about the status of the Tigray People's Liberation Front. Has TPLF been restored as a party or registered as a new political party? What did Gacho say in his letter to TPLF president, and what is NEBE saying? Did TPLF leaders reach a secret deal with Ethiopian PM Abiy to weaken Gacho? Interesting analysis for you in this video. Secondly, Ethiopia Somalia talks due to resume next week. Talks were due to be held next month, but talks starting early. Why? First, viewers, I did a video a few hours ago. I told you about a letter written from Gita Achoreda Tegara, interim president, to Debretsion, TPLF chairman, and Tikle Birhan Raya, TPLF Central Control Commission chief. The letter was written yesterday. Two main points in the letter. Gacho distanced himself from party's application for registration. Party, more than around 10 days ago, submitted an application to election board to get a decision about its status. Gacho said that application had his fake signatures, so he distanced himself from that application. Secondly, he said he would not participate in party's 14th Congress, that Congress was illegal. Central Committee members were opposing the holding of this conference, party Congress, which could lead to divisions and problems for the people of Tigray, for TPLF. This is what Gacho said yesterday when he wrote a letter to Debretsion and TPLF Central Control Commission. Today, NEBE, National Election Board of Ethiopia, released a statement. The statement is a message to TPLF. It's a response to TPLF's request for termination of its status. By the way, TPLF wanted reinstatement. It has been saying publicly that it does not want to register as a new political party. TPLF was a party, we know, but in 2021, it was declared a terrorist entity during the war. Then, after Pretoria deal, a terrorist designation was removed, but TPLF status was not restored. TPLF filed a case with NEBE for restoration of its status. NEBE rejected. NEBE said you can apply as for new registration, no reinstatement. Then Ethiopian Parliament approved a new amendment allowing TPLF to get a legal status as a party. But TPLF wanted reinstatement. Why? Because reinstatement means that TPLF would be eligible to get all its assets back, all its resources back, its accounts in the country, abroad too, if they are on the record. If they're not declared, then obviously TPLF had access to it all the time during the war as well. But in Ethiopia, TPLF can only gain access to its assets if its status is restored. TPLF wanted restoration of its status. Federal government, NEBE, were saying you can register as a new party. Yesterday, I said what Gacho wrote. Gacho know, I think, that a decision was coming from NEBE. He wrote on Thursday, he knew that on Friday, NEBE would announce a decision. Did he try to influence the decision? Did he indirectly tell NEBE that NEBE should reject TPLF's request, TPLF's application, because it had counterfeit signature? NEBE did not listen to Gacho. NEBE accepted TPLF's application, but NEBE did not restore TPLF as a party. It agreed to register TPLF as a political party under special circumstances. In NEBE's statement, there is no reinstatement mentioned. You can say TPLF has been registered as a new party with old name, same name, but new registration. TPLF might not get its assets back, it might not get its properties back, but it has managed to retain its name, TPLF. Getachew tried to influence NEBE, he could not. TPLF got the better of Getachew. TPLF leaders, when they met with Abiy 2 weeks ago, I think they reached a deal with PM Abiy there. They agreed to new registration. Getachew was not expecting that Abiy would just ditch him in support of TPLF. It is Abiy playing very smart, creating divisions, backing both Getachew and TPLF. So he gave this concession to TPLF that yes, I will restore your name, not your entire status. At the same time, Abiy is backing Getachew. So Abiy is playing on both sides of the wicket, creating divisions, backing the two groups fighting each other. Getachew, disgruntled, frustrated. What would be his next step? Obviously, now TPLF must hold a party congress in 6 months. 21 days before the holding of this conference, TPLF must intimate NEBE about the party congress. NEBE will monitor the holding of party congress, and then TPLF will elect its leaders. Getachew, will he be made part of any committees? Will he have any center role? I don't know what will happen, but the way he is fiercely criticizing TPLF and he's refusing to participate in party congress, it means that he might not be given any major position in the party. Getachew has been weakened. He trusted Abiy, and I think he will be now uh, uh, maybe he will be rethinking that he should have not trusted the Prime Minister of Ethiopia. He am playing both the parties, it seems. That's my analysis. I'm not saying it's based on information, but Getachew is definitely frustrated now. But Abiy will not completely ditch Getachew. He will try to keep him in power in Tigray to check TPLF. He cannot fully trust TPLF as well. So Getachew will continue having some backing from Abiy, from some backing from Tigray military too. Overall, it's a blow to the Getachew group. TPLF has not issued any statement so far. Is going to accept NEBE's decision. It will have to accept, I think. It does not have many options. If it accepts, it means that it reached a secret deal with Abiy when Debretsion met with Abiy around 2 weeks ago. Let's see. It's a very rapidly evolving situation in Tigray. But the divisions within TPLF visible more than ever, deeper more than ever. Second, we're Somalia, Ethiopia talks going to resume next week, announced by Turkey. They met in July. At the start of July, they held their first round of talks in Ankara. Talks about controversial memorandum of understanding signed between Ethiopia and Somaliland earlier this year in January. The memorandum of understanding, if implemented, would give Ethiopia access to sea through Somaliland, and Ethiopia would recognize Somaliland as a country. Somalia rejecting them, you calling it a violation of its sovereignty and territorial integrity. The two sides met in Ankara in January, in July last month. They could not agree on any solution. Somalia made an offer of a port to Ethiopia. Ethiopia rejected reportedly, but they agreed to resume talks. Then, around 5 days ago, Turkish Foreign Minister Hakan Fidan visited Ethiopia. He met with Ethiopian Foreign Minister, Ethiopian PM, and from there he went to Egypt. If you remember, when he visited Ethiopia, I said that his visit was linked to Ethiopia Somalia tension. It has been confirmed now. He came to Ethiopia. He talked to Somalia's leaders too. He convinced them to start talks early. Talks were due to start in September, but he requested them to start talks after a week. So Turkey says that next week Ethiopia and Somalia will resume talks. Taske Selassie, Ahmed Feki, the two foreign ministers will arrive in Ankara, I think, next week, and talks will resume. Why early? Because obviously, if talks are delayed, Ethiopia might be tempted to finalize agreement with Somaliland. And secondly, deployment of Turkish Navy could also complicate matters. Ethiopia, Somaliland would not be happy if Turkish Navy is deployed to Somaliland's waters. That is why Turkey wants some sort of agreement between Ethiopia and Somalia. That is why talks going to start next week. Let's see. We'll do a video on that, on the likely discussion points at the talks due to start next week. Thank you for watching.